Hi, it's Emma Holmes from the Launch Queen, and I want to talk to you about the essential steps to becoming launchilicious. What do you need in order to launch? And I'm going to go through the essential steps that you need. First things first, you need to gather a crowd. You need to have a crowd of people around you who love what you do. You need to start to put together a community, and whether that be on a Facebook page, whether that be on Twitter, whether that be on LinkedIn, whether that be on Google Plus, will depend on who your tribe is. Who are the people who are going to want to work with you ultimately? You need to work out where they're most likely to hang out. Where is your perfect tribe member most likely to be? And for me, most of my tribe members are on Facebook. So predominantly, I'm on Facebook. And then my second platform would be Twitter. You'll also find profiles for me on Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and other social media platforms, but those are more automated social media for me. So they're more signposting people to where they can find out more about me and find out where I'm actually hanging out, to become part of an interactive crowd with me, to start getting a little bit of me, for me to answer their questions, for me to help them and assist them within their business. So predominantly I'm around on Facebook and I'm around on Twitter, and they're the places where my crowd hang out, and I can post questions on Facebook and people will jump in and respond to those questions, and they can ask for help, they can ask for advice, and they like the posts that I share, they get involved in what's going on there. So they feel like they're part of my community, they're part of my crowd, and I love my crowd. And it's important that you have a crowd and that you start to establish a relationship with them. So you start to provide them with lots of free information and advice, preferably in exchange for them to become part of your inner crowd and part of your mailing list, but you really helping them and encouraging them and giving really useful advice and tips and hints. Because if they start to see a difference in their world from your free stuff, then they're going to say, wow, can you imagine how much my life is going to change if I buy whatever it is, program, product, whatever it is that you offer. If you can help them without them spending any money, then they're going to start to establish a relationship with you. It's about know, like, and trust. It's about them getting to know you, starting to like you, starting to warm to you, starting to trust you, and then ultimately they'll buy from you. Not everybody will fit in your crowd. Not everybody will be part of your crowd. They will choose a crowd that suits them best. Suppose it's probably a bit like football, and they'll choose their perfect team, they'll choose their perfect person that they'd want to work with, and they'll be more involved in their crowd potentially. It's fine that they're not in your crowd. You're not going to be for everybody. You shouldn't be for everyone, because what you end up doing is, if you try and please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. You end up compelling no one. You end up speaking directly to no one, because you then become a little bit vanilla, you become a bit bland, you become a bit boring, and people don't then resonate with you. They don't get you, they don't see your passion, they don't see the real you. Everything that I do in my business is done from content perspective from me. You get my blogs are the way that I speak. When you see me on video, this is just me. This is me in my office. This isn't anything, fancy Dan. Sometimes I get my videos recorded professionally with my video guy, but not always. Sometimes I'm just here in my office, Google Hangouts, children in bed. That's fine. And, it's about people being able to get to know you, the face behind the business, not just the business. And then once you've got that crowd established, it's important that you start to build a list of people who want to hear more from you, people who want to invest their email address to come further into your crowd, to come deeper into your crowd. And then what you need to think about is, you need to think about having a product, something that people can buy, starting to put together the bones of a product. And I go through a specific process with my launchettes about how to get that product out of their head and start to work towards putting together a product that people can buy, and people can then work with you get much more information and advice from you, and really you can start to help people. Once you've got a product, you also need to have a sales funnel into that product, and that sounds really complicated, but essentially what that is that it's the steps for people to go through to buy. Think about funnels. Think about, bigger at the top, smaller at the bottom, and put more people in the top, and then some people will buy and come out of the bottom as purchasers, as part of your proper inner circle of your crowd, those people who have invested in helping themselves, but also invested in your programs. So it's about sales pages, it's about freebies, it's about email sequences, it's about the steps that you take people through in order for them to ultimately look at your product and decide whether or not it suits them. And one thing that you also need to be Launchilicious is you need urgency and you need scarcity. So it's important that you have periods of time where you're going to launch and periods of time where you're not going to launch, because that gives you a set period of time where you can absolutely market and push a particular product and tell people that the doors are going to close, because they are. The doors are going to close, so that you can then work with the people who've bought that product, and you can have a little bit of downtime. You can come out of the other end of the launch cycle, which can be really quite draining. It can be quite tiring. So it's good to have a little bit of downtime for you to recuperate and refresh, but it's also good for your crowd not to be sold to all the time. So it gives them a little bit of time to recuperate, and for you to be able to heap lots of value on them and help them out, so that they don't feel like all you ever do is sell to them. So urgency and scarcity can come into your launch on two occasions. What you can do is you can have an early bird at the beginning of your launch for a few days, where you say, look, this is the best price you will get for this product ever, and it's going to be available till Friday at 12 noon. And that gives people that urgency and scarcity to then buy at the beginning of your launch sequence. You'll also have urgency and scarcity at the end, where you go, quick, the doors are going to close, doors are going to close, last chance, doors are closing in 10 minutes, quickly, if you want to be in, quick. And then again, that's urgency and scarcity, and the fact that people need to get in right now before the doors close. I see lots of people who get really tired in their launches, and it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal to get tired in your launch and think, I just can't go on. I just can't go any further. And then right at the last minute, people start to buy. People start to buy because you're about to close the door. People start to buy because they don't want to miss out. So if you'd stopped 2, 3, 4 days before, then you wouldn't have got those sales. You wouldn't have got that money rolling through. So not only is it good for you to have that end point to keep working towards, but also people then go, quick, I need it now. So urgency and scarcity, really important in your launch process. So that's kind of an overview of the elements that you need to have in place to become Launchilicious. Bye for now.